Too many men are way too focused on relationships. Y'all, you have to get off this whole I need a relationship and constantly seeking female validation, because a lot of these red pill channels, and first of all, I got a lot of new subscribers that came in, right? My channel is steadily growing. Thank Allah, right? And they said, you're a very good red pill channel. I'm not a red pill channel. Just throwing that out there, y'all. Just throwing that out there, okay? But these red pill channels, they talk about how, females always seek validation. To be quite frank with you, I've seen just as much men seek validation my whole life. Like, these dudes, they wake up, eat, sleep, shit, relationships, chasing relationships, okay? And that's weak behavior. It's very, as I grew up, I started realizing how weak that looked. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get right into it. First of all, this is Tarek Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all are here with me, and I appreciate it. So, like I was saying, man, look, in the 50s, 40s, 60s, hell, even up until the 90s, I would be having a different conversation with y'all. I would be saying, hey, look, yeah, find you a young lady, settle down with her and all that good stuff, because for a couple of reasons. One, it was economically suited for relationships, okay? That back then it was economically beneficial, not beneficial, but it was economically easier to get in relationships. And second, it was more structured. It was more relationship oriented back then. It was more relationship friendly back then. Nowadays, it's a free-for-all. It's like a damn, like Mad Max out here. It's a freaking free-for-all, man. No one honors relationships. No one honors loyalty. Nobody honors monogamy, none of that stuff. And am I saying it's all doom and gloom? Of course not. Of course not. There are some people out there with healthy, beautiful relationships. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the guys who are constantly focusing on relationships when they themselves are not ready for it. Okay, and fellas, you have to ask yourself, you got to really ask yourself, why do I even want a relationship? Why are you so thirsty for a relationship when you have just everything is, if this was a game, everything will be on low level right now. Your health, your mental health, your physical health, your finances, okay? And finances, before I get somebody in the comments, finances are more for you to live sustainably, for you to put that expensive ass gas in your car, that $5 a gallon gas in your car, right? For you to get food, for you to have a gym membership, for you to buy healthy food, for you to buy clean food that's gonna advance you mentally and physically, stuff like that, for you to keep your style up so you feel good. And a lot of guys, I've noticed, the main ones that worry about relationships are guys that have none of that. Guys that have none of that. And it looks very weak. The reason why it looks very weak is because you have this whole, it's very feminine. Because like I said, like in the beginning, man, a lot of red pill channels, they talk about how females need that validation, which is true. They're the ones that constantly need somebody with them. Okay? They're the ones that constantly, fellas, since I've been growing up, the chicks I've knew, I've never seen any of them go without a man, right? And that's harmful, because they break up with one guy and immediately jump to the other when they themselves, they didn't work on their mental health, right? Their physicality was going down the drain, aka we all know that famous word, the wall, right? Because they never took time to work on themselves. And men hit the wall too. I made several videos about that. Same shit. It's the same concept. See, these guys are turning into women, right? These men are turning into women. That whole being so focused on relationships, that whole just needing that constant validation, it comes off as very like weak. You feel me? Especially when the guy has nothing, no hobbies, no interest in life, You know what? I mean, he doesn't no kind of gym, no kind of skateboard. If shout out to my skateboarders, no kind of hobby. You know, I don't know. Does he like fishing? You feel what I'm saying? Is he a chess player? Shout out to my intellectual men out there. No kind of hobby or passion. And then when he does find a chick eventually, which let me tell you something, fellas, let me tell you something, a reality. Guys that are so-called beta, and I hate using that word beta, they find relationships very quickly. Yes, this is true. Not everyone, not all, because of course dudes that are alpha or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I hate using these terms, but just for argument's sake, of course they eventually get into a relationship as well, right? They eventually settle down, but they got their shit together. And they're not really thirsty over a relationship. But the other guys, the weak guys, they find relationships quick because they're very thirsty. And another reason why they find relationships real quick is because this is a harsh truth. A lot of women see that they are thirsty for relationships, so they will use these guys because they know that their whole world is centered around her. Yes, when you are out here busy, focused, chasing relationships, and you have nothing else going on, no kind of hobby or passion, a woman sees that off rip. She sees you have no passion. She sees you have no direction. She sees all you do is hop on dating sites. All you do is out here chasing tail like a thirst bucket. And she knows that right then and there, she has you wrapped around her finger. So therefore, it is easier to use this guy. It's easy to use this guy for anything. Okay? So that's why you see a lot of these guys, you guys are jealous of these guys that are in relationships. Not all of them. Like I said, there's some solid guys in relationships, but a lot of these guys, the reason why they find relationships so easily is, like I said, what I alluded to, because they're getting controlled real easily. You guys get jealous over these guys. Don't be jealous, bro, because you don't know what's happening behind doors. You don't know that this guy is getting used and abused. And this is the most terrible part is when this guy gets dumped, because trust and believe, a chick in the beginning is going to use this guy up because he has no hobbies, no passion, no nothing, but she's eventually going to lose her use for this guy. You know, so she was just using him as some kind of utility. She's going to lose interest in him after she done used and abused him. She's going to dump him. And guess what? This guy is left out to dry. He has no kind of mental health. Okay? He never worked on his mental health. He never worked on his physicality. All he did was go out to bars, eat pizza and wings. You know, shout out to Juan, my dog. He know that's an inside joke, right? All he do is eat pizza, but not for real though. He eats pizza and wings, out of shape as hell. His sex appeal is not even non-existent because he never took time to work on himself, and he's out here just left out to dry. So now when he gets dumped, he has no other options. You feel me? He's left out there to dry. So what does he do? He does the same type of effeminate behavior. What does he do? He go out there constantly, oh, I need a relationship. I need to get me a girlfriend. I just can't stand the fact of being lonely. And that's the main time that men turn sharp is when they're lonely, when they're alone. But these guys need that constant validation. They need to constantly have a chick so they can show the world that they have a chick, right? So that's the mentality. So they don't seem lonely, bro. In the long scheme of things, don't nobody give a shit. And if you having a girlfriend is at the expense of your mental health, because these chicks are, bro, let me tell you something. These chicks nowadays, like I said, back in the 50s and the 60s, I would have been telling you guys a different conversation. But nowadays, these chicks are predators, dog. These chicks are predators. They have like a simp seeking mode. They will seek you out realize that you are weak as hell and they will use and abuse you. But it's really your fault because you put that vibe out there. You put that I need a relationship vibe out there. You put that I'm thirsty for a woman's validation vibe out there. As men, it's great to have a young lady that is an asset to you. It is great. It is what, don't get it twisted, man. I'm gonna say the perks of it here real quick. It is great to have a young lady that values what you're doing. It is great to have a young lady that values your mission, your passion. If you're really into the gym, it's great to have a young lady with you that also loves the gym. If you're a skateboarder, it's good to have a young lady that at least supports skateboarding, right? She's like, yeah, baby, you do the best kickflip you can. You do the best rail grind that you can, right? I support you. But when a man is thirsty and too focused for relationships, he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have any kind of passion. All he's finna do is go to work, which a job that he hates, by the way, which when he gets home, he's gonna start complaining to his old lady about, and she's gonna get sick and fucking tired of at some point, right? All he does is go to his job that he freaking despises, come home, sit on his behind, and want to be snuggled up under his broad all the time, right? She sees he has no kind of passion, no kind of other direction in life. See, fellas, females, even when you're in a relationship, they want to see you have some kind of other passion besides being snuggled up under them. They want to see you have some kind of other hobby. They want now, a lot of them might disagree, but I don't give a darn. Okay? But they want to see that you have some kind of something else going on with your life. Do you like cooking? Is that one of your hobbies, right? Hell, do you write? Are you a writer? All of these things, bro. All of the women want to see that you have another passion outside of them, because that whole mushy gushy, being too focused, that cutesy, your whole life revolves around just chasing women and these cutesy little Disneyland fruity relationships. That's a turn off to young ladies, even when you are in a relationship. That's the crazy thing about it. See, females want you, and once again, ladies, I know you watch this channel. This is a men's channel. I gotta keep reiterating because you guys put your input. I love it, but this is a men's channel, all right? I'm talking about fellas. But even when you are in a relationship, females still want you to kind of act like somewhat like they want you to be emotionally stable. And I was about to say emotionally distant, but that sounds kind of harsh. Emotionally stable, meaning you're not all on this cutesy, mushy gushy shit, right? Because that's not in our nature. We always have this underlying aggression about us. And when I say aggression, it's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. That aggression to go out there and improve our hobby, right? That aggression to go out there and pursue things other than love and this mushy gushy shit. And when you do have kids, bruh, she's really gonna be looking at, hey, look, what else does this guy, what other passion does he have besides this whole cutesy Disneyland relationship shit? She's gonna be looking at that. So guys, stop focusing on relationship. It is weak, bro. It is weak behavior to focus on relationship. Nothing wrong with getting in a healthy, beautiful relationship. Make sure that you are ready for it. Make sure that you are mentally, physically, financially stable for it. Because if you get if you're so focused all the time and get in a relationship with a chick, she's gonna see you're weak as hell because you have too much emotion behind it. All right. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.